Hi, my name is Dini Zairine. So, in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys about the concepts learned in Managerial Economics related to the recent news. Without further ado, let's go! A news that appeared in the New Straits Times in September 24, 2023 stated that Kelantan people turned to local rice due to price hike of imported rice. It is reported that the price of imported rice, particularly from Thailand, has increased, which caused the shift of demand for Kelantan's rice market from imported rice to local rice. This change is also influenced by the perceived high quality of the local rice, which is free from chemicals. The chairman of Farmers Organisation Authority, Dato' Aimi Jusoh, also explained that their local rice is sold at prices below what the government said. And he assured that there is enough supply of this local rice and that they can produce enough for the local market in Kelantan. From the news, what economic concept that we can relate to?
A few moments later.
The answer is the demand economic concept. Congratulations if you guessed it right. The first thing we have to understand about demand is the law of demand. The law of demand says that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. That means when the price goes down, the quantity demanded increase, and when the price goes up, the quantity demanded decrease. So take a look at this demand schedule. As we can see, when the price goes down, the quantity demanded goes up. When the price goes down to 4, 3 ringgit, 2 and 1 ringgit, the quantity demanded increases. Now when we plot these points, we are going to get a demand curve which looks like this. It's a downward sloping curve showing the law of demand. There are a few factors that can affect the demand. One of the factors is price. The change in price leads to change in quantity demanded. So, a change in price moves along the demand curve. But if something else other than price changes, it will actually shift the demand curve. For example, let's say a study comes out that says coffee causes baldness. That would cause the entire demand curve to shift to the left. At every single price, people are gonna buy less. So the curve shifts to the left. This is called a decrease in demand. The opposite is an increase in demand. So at every single price, people are gonna buy more. So the demand curve shifts to the right. There are 5 shifters of demand that causes the demand curve to shift. The first one is income. Income depends on the type of product, which are normal goods and inferior goods. So let's say that coffee was a normal good. This means when there's an increase in income, the demand is going to increase. When there is a decrease in income, the demand is going to decrease. An inferior good is just the opposite. When there is an increase in income, the demand falls. And when there's a decrease in income, the demand will go up. Another shifter is the price of related goods, substitute and complements. Let's take the news as an example. Imported rice and local rice are substitutes for each other. So when the price goes up for imported rice, and it is more expensive to buy imported rice, then the demand for local rice is going to increase. If the price goes down for imported rice, that means people are going to move away from buying local rice and buy more imported rice. So the demand for local rice will fall. Let's take a look at complements. For example, milk and coffee. So when the price of milk falls, it is going to increase the demand for coffee. Now the next shifter is advertising and consumer taste. For example, what if an advertisement comes out that says if adults have coffee in the morning before going to work, they become more productive at work and become smarter. Well, that would increase the demand and the demand curve would shift to the right. Another shifter would be population. For example, all of a sudden, new customers come into town and that is going to increase the demand for coffee. The last shifter of demand is a change in expectations. So for example, if you think the price of coffee is going to decrease next week, you are going to buy less today because the demand will decrease. But if you think that the price is going to increase next week, you are actually going to buy a whole lot more today, so that is going to increase the demand. Now that we have understand the differences between a change in quantity demanded and a change in demand, let's take a look at this graph for coffee. Right now, we see 3 points, point A, point B, and point C. And there are 2 ways to go from 10 units to 20 units. Movement from point A to B along the demand curve is a change in quantity demanded. So when the price goes down from 3 ringgit to 2 ringgit, the quantity demanded goes up from 10 units to 20 units of coffee. Now, A to C is a change in demand. Price does not change. Price stayed at 3 ringgit, but people decided to buy more. Why? Well, this is because of the 5 shifters like taste and preferences. When people prefer and want more coffee, then the entire demand curve will shift to the right. At that same 3 ringgit price, people want more, so that would change in demand. Remember, the only thing that changes quantity demanded is the change in price, and the only thing that changes demand is one of the 5 shifters of demand. Before I end this video, let's talk about self-reflections. In my opinion, as a Khalifah, business managers should understand the market as it is a place where buyer and seller engage to exchange goods and services. And it is an amanah for sellers to charge a fair price to get mutual consent between buyers and sellers during transactions in order to get his blessings. With regards to the news discussed earlier, government can intervene in the rice market by providing subsidies as well as imposing high import duties. That is all for today's video. Thanks for watching. See you again. Bye!